Mr. Speaker, thank you so much. In the years that we look at some of the different problems that have happened in society, and when you consider the unfunded liabilities that we're facing in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, in the world that I live in, which is keeping companies out of bankruptcy, I would tell you we're already insolvent right now. As Representative McGinnis indicated, we're not doing anything to touch the liabilities, be it $74 billion or $110 billion, depending upon what you think. But I remember in my days in the steel industry when I was in my 20s, and we saw the steel industry facing the same problems going back to 1975 and 76. And senior executives in the steel industry ignored the problems that we were facing. And I can assure you at that time, no one thought that they were too big to fail. And then shortly after that, virtually every steel company in Pennsylvania failed. Allegheny Ludlam failed. Bethlehem Steel failed. As we sit here and recognize whether or not we're looking at a commercial where we are a bank monitor, if SB 1 is not passed, and I'm certainly not happy about it, but if it's not passed, you're still being robbed. As you look at what's happening with the individual citizens in the Commonwealth, they don't have a pension themselves. And yet the good teachers and state workers who have come to rely on that pension have a right to expect that we will fund it. But it also means that we have a right and a responsibility to get our spending under control. If this were corporate America or if this were a family household, we would say this is what we have available to spend. As a good representative mentioned, there is a constitutional requirement to pay these obligations. If these obligations don't get paid, they are put as a lien on your property taxes by increases. At what point in time do Pennsylvanians just say, I'm done, while you're monitoring these problems, I instead will walk away? The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania has some of the best schools in the United States, and yet all we have done is taken our children and created great opportunities for them in other states. We are 49th out of 50 states for job creation for individuals 21 to 31. The children up there deserve better. But I caution you, if we do nothing today and we don't pass SB 1, all that we have acknowledged is that we are going to continue to be robbed. You know, I have one regret in my life. My regret in my life is that I was too young when I was in the steel industry to make a difference. I'm 66 years old. The damages or the issues that we do in this Commonwealth will probably not affect me personally, but it will affect them, and it will affect any Pennsylvania who is over the age of 50 that is hoping to get a benefit. As you sit back and consider this bill today, I ask you to just please remember, the problem will not go away. I'm going to urge you and encourage you to do a yes vote, but that yes vote is step one in acknowledging that we have a problem. We are being robbed, but now let's turn to and start working together to solve this problem. I've been incredibly thankful for Representative Jared Solomon. He and myself and a number of other representatives are going to work together to develop a fiscal and financial rescue plan for the Commonwealth to solve the problems. But if we don't do that and turn to and start putting a level of effort into it, I can assure you in 2 to 4 years, the Commonwealth's solutions will be so draconian that we will not be able to handle and solve the problems. And let me just finish by saying this. The bond rating agencies that we're worried about downgrading our debt were the same ones that were rating Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and waited until after they collapsed before they did anything. Please keep in mind we represent every citizen in the Commonwealth, not just state workers, not just teachers, but we represent the collective body. I'm going to ask you to vote for SB 1 to get this process started, but if you even remotely believe this is going to solve the problem, we're dead wrong. We need to get to the order of the people's business, and let's restore the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to the keystone state that it was when this picture and the painting was done, so that we can restore the freedom and opportunities so that every citizen in the Commonwealth can live in prosperity and retire in prosperity with their children and grandchildren. Mr. Speaker, thank you.